Good morning, my dear friends. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's probably sitting in your refrigerator right now. Something many of us have enjoyed for breakfast this very morning. I'm talking about eggs, one of nature's most perfect foods that has nourished generations of families just like yours and mine. You know, eggs are truly remarkable. They're packed with complete proteins that help maintain our muscles as we age, essential vitamins that keep us strong, brain-boosting nutrients that support our memory, and special compounds that protect our precious eyesight. But here's what concerns me, and why I felt compelled to share this important information with you today. There are 6 common mistakes that many of us make with eggs that could actually be putting our health at risk. Some of these mistakes are so widespread that you might be making them without even realizing it. And a few of them, I'm sorry to say, could have serious consequences for our well-being. I've spent many years studying nutrition and food safety, working with seniors just like you who want to stay healthy and independent. And eggs perfectly demonstrate how the way we handle and prepare our food can make all the difference between getting wonderful nutrition and potentially facing real danger. The first critical mistake: eating raw eggs. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Remember those old movies where the tough guy would crack raw eggs into a glass and drink them down? Or maybe you've seen younger folks at the gym adding raw eggs to their protein shakes. Well, this practice could literally be the difference between staying healthy and ending up in the hospital. Here's why this matters so much, especially for those of us who are 65 and older. Fresh eggs, even when they look perfectly clean and have no cracks in the shell, can contain harmful bacteria called salmonella. This nasty bug can actually get inside the egg while it's still forming inside the chicken, before the shell even develops. So washing the outside won't help. According to our Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, salmonella causes about 1,350,000 infections every year in the United States. That leads to 26,500 hospitalizations and, sadly, 420 deaths annually. Now, the chance of any single egg being contaminated is about 1 in 20,000. That might sound like pretty good odds, but when you consider that Americans eat over 93 billion eggs each year, those numbers add up quickly. If you do get sick from salmonella, you'll typically develop symptoms within 6 hours to 6 days after eating the contaminated food. These symptoms include diarrhea, fever, vomiting, and stomach cramps that can last 4 to 7 days. For most healthy adults, it's miserable but manageable. However, for those of us over 65, young children under 5, or anyone with a weakened immune system, the consequences can be much more severe, potentially requiring hospitalization or even becoming life-threatening. Just recently, in October of 2024, the CDC wrapped up investigating an outbreak that made 93 people ill and sent 34 to the hospital, all linked to eggs from a single farm in Wisconsin. These outbreaks happen more often than you might think. The solution is simple: always cook your eggs thoroughly. Make sure both the white and the yolk are firm. If you're making an egg dish, cook it to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, or 165 degrees if it contains meat. And if you absolutely must use raw eggs for a special recipe, like homemade mayonnaise or Caesar dressing, please use pasteurized eggs that have been specially treated to kill any harmful bacteria. The second mistake: blocking your body's ability to use biotin. Now, this next mistake is particularly sneaky because it involves something most people have never heard of. It's especially common among folks trying to boost their protein intake by eating lots of egg whites or using egg white supplements. Raw egg whites contain a substance called avidin. This protein actually evolved in eggs as a natural defense against microbes. But when you eat raw egg whites regularly, this avidin binds so tightly to an important vitamin called biotin in your digestive system that your body can't separate them. It's like the avidin puts the biotin in handcuffs and won't let go. Research shows that eating 2 or more uncooked egg whites every day for several months can cause biotin deficiency. Now, You might be wondering why biotin matters. Well, this vitamin is essential for your body to produce energy and process the foods you eat. It helps enzymes break down fats, carbohydrates, and proteins so your body can use them. Without enough biotin, you might notice your hair starting to thin or fall out. You could develop a red, scaly rash around your eyes and mouth. Many people experience chronic fatigue that just won't go away, no matter how much rest they get. Some folks become depressed, and their nails become brittle and break easily. What makes this particularly troublesome is that there's no reliable blood test for biotin deficiency. Doctors have to recognize these symptoms, which many people mistakenly blame on stress or aging, allowing the deficiency to get worse over time. The good news is that cooking eggs completely solves this problem. Heat changes the structure of the avidin protein so it can't grab onto biotin anymore. Cooked eggs not only don't interfere with biotin absorption, they actually provide biotin for your body to use. The third mistake: misunderstanding cholesterol. Friends, if there's one topic about eggs that has caused more confusion over the years, it's cholesterol. The advice has changed so many times that it's no wonder people don't know what to believe anymore. A single large egg yolk contains about 186 milligrams of cholesterol, making eggs one of the richest sources of dietary cholesterol. For decades, this led health experts to recommend limiting egg consumption to protect our hearts. Then, in 2015, the official dietary guidelines removed the specific limit on cholesterol, stating that there's only a weak relationship between the cholesterol we eat and the cholesterol in our blood. But the confusion didn't end there. Harvard Medical School research shows that for most people, the cholesterol in food has less impact on blood cholesterol than saturated and trans fats do. Your liver actually produces about 80% of the cholesterol in your body, and it's primarily influenced by these unhealthy fats, not the cholesterol you eat. However, studies continue to produce conflicting results. A major study published in 2019 found that each additional 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol, about 1.5 eggs, was associated with higher risk of cardiovascular disease and death from all causes. But multiple Harvard studies following hundreds of thousands of people found no higher rates of heart attacks, strokes, or cardiovascular diseases in people eating up to 1 egg daily. Here's what's really important to understand: we're all different. Some people are what scientists call cholesterol responders. Their blood cholesterol goes up significantly when they eat cholesterol-rich foods. Others show very little change. Your genetics, overall diet quality, and existing health conditions all play a role in how eggs affect your cardiovascular risk. For most healthy individuals, eating 4 to 7 eggs per week appears to be safe. But if you have diabetes, existing heart disease, or high cholesterol, please work with your doctor to determine what's right for you. The fourth mistake: improper storage. Let me paint you a picture that might sound familiar. You buy beautiful, fresh eggs from the store or farmer's market. You prepare them perfectly. But without realizing it, you might be creating ideal conditions for dangerous bacteria to multiply, turning your healthy meal into a potential trip to the emergency room. Eggs are incredibly sensitive to temperature changes, and improper storage can quickly turn them into bacterial breeding grounds. The Food Safety and Inspection Service found that proper refrigeration could prevent 41,000 cases of salmonella illness every year. Here's what you need to know. Eggs must be refrigerated at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below immediately after you bring them home. Store them in their original carton in the main part of your refrigerator, not in the door where temperatures go up and down every time you open it. Never leave eggs at room temperature for extended periods. Bacteria can double in number every 20 minutes when eggs are left out. Cooked eggs and egg dishes shouldn't sit out for more than 2 hours, or just 1 hour if it's warmer than 90 degrees. Always check your eggs before using them. Avoid packages with cracked eggs at the store, as even tiny cracks let bacteria in. If you find a cracked egg after purchase, throw it away immediately. Be careful about cross-contamination too. Raw eggs can spread bacteria to refrigerator surfaces and other foods if they leak. Always wash your hands thoroughly with soap and warm water after handling raw eggs, and clean all surfaces that touch them. As for expiration dates, eggs generally last 4 to 6 weeks past the sell-by date when properly stored. If you're unsure, try the float test. Fresh eggs sink in water, while older eggs float. The fifth mistake: ignoring allergy symptoms. This next issue is particularly concerning because it can affect anyone at any age, even if you've been eating eggs your whole life without problems. What starts as a slight itch in your mouth can escalate to a medical emergency faster than you can call for help. Egg allergies happen when your immune system mistakenly identifies certain proteins in eggs as dangerous invaders. The main culprits are proteins with complicated names like ovalbumin and ovomucoid, primarily found in egg whites. Early warning signs might seem minor: a tingling or itching in your mouth while eating eggs, mild stomach discomfort within 30 minutes, small skin rashes, or changes in bowel habits after eating eggs. These symptoms are your immune system's first alert that it doesn't like what you're eating. If symptoms progress, you might experience swelling of your lips, tongue, or throat, persistent stomach cramping, regular nausea and vomiting after eating eggs, widespread skin reactions, or breathing difficulties like wheezing. The most dangerous reaction is called anaphylaxis, a severe whole-body allergic reaction that can be fatal within minutes. Emergency signs include difficulty breathing or swallowing, rapid pulse with dizziness, widespread hives or facial swelling, severe stomach distress, and loss of consciousness. If you experience any of these symptoms, call 911 immediately. The sixth mistake: eating too many eggs. You know the old saying, too much of a good thing. Well, this certainly applies to eggs. While they're nutritious, eating too many can create problems you might not expect. Recent research has found concerning patterns. Each additional egg eaten daily was linked to a 5% higher risk of death from all causes and a 13% higher risk of death from cancer. These findings suggest that the risks increase progressively the more eggs you eat. Eating too many eggs can also create dietary imbalances. If you're filling up on eggs, you might be missing out on other important foods like fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids, beans and lentils that provide fiber, and plant proteins that offer different nutrients. High protein intake from excessive egg consumption can strain your kidneys, especially if you already have kidney issues. Many people who eat multiple eggs daily also experience digestive problems like chronic constipation from lack of fiber, bloating from high sulfur content, and nausea from nutritional overload. Current recommendations suggest 4 to 7 eggs weekly for healthy individuals. People with heart disease, diabetes, or other health conditions should work with their healthcare providers to determine the right amount for them. The wonderful benefits of eggs when eaten properly. Now, after all these warnings, I don't want you to think eggs are bad for you. Quite the opposite. When consumed properly, eggs are one of nature's most complete foods, offering incredible benefits for our health. Eggs provide nutrients that many of us don't get enough of, including folate for healthy cell function, iodine for thyroid health, choline for brain function, and vitamin D for strong bones. The protein in eggs is exceptional, containing all 9 essential amino acids our bodies need in just the right proportions. For those of us concerned about maintaining muscle mass as we age, eggs can be particularly helpful. High-quality protein helps prevent muscle loss and may reduce frailty risk when combined with regular physical activity. Recent research has revealed promising benefits for our brains too. Studies suggest that eating eggs regularly may help reduce the risk of dementia in older adults, possibly because of choline's role in producing important brain chemicals. Let me share a simple plan for incorporating eggs safely into your diet. Start slowly if you haven't been eating eggs regularly. Begin with 2 to 3 eggs per week, choosing high-quality eggs from pasture-raised hens when possible. Always cook them thoroughly until both whites and yolks are firm. Pay attention to how your body responds. After a few weeks, if you're tolerating eggs well, you can gradually increase to 4 or 5 per week. Try different cooking methods like soft-boiled, scrambled, or poached, always maintaining food safety. If you have heart disease or diabetes, consider getting your cholesterol checked. For long-term success, healthy individuals can enjoy up to 7 eggs weekly as part of a varied diet. Spread them throughout the week rather than eating multiple eggs in one day. Combine eggs with vegetables and whole grains for optimal nutrition. Remember to get annual health checkups, including cholesterol tests, if you eat eggs regularly. Vary your protein sources to ensure you're getting diverse nutrients. Stay informed about egg safety recalls in your area, and if you develop any concerning symptoms, reduce your egg consumption and talk to your doctor. My dear friends, we've covered 6 critical mistakes that can transform eggs from superfoods to health hazards. Eating them raw and risking dangerous infections, interfering with vitamin absorption through raw egg whites, misunderstanding cholesterol impacts, improper storage leading to contamination, ignoring allergic reactions, and eating too many eggs. But remember, when prepared and consumed correctly, eggs remain one of nature's most nutritionally complete foods. The key is knowledge, moderation, and proper preparation. With the information I've shared today, you can confidently enjoy eggs as part of a healthy diet while avoiding the pitfalls that could harm your health. Thank you for taking the time to learn about this important topic. Your health and well-being matter, and making informed choices about the foods we eat is one of the best ways we can take care of ourselves as we age. Stay healthy, stay informed, and enjoy your eggs safely.